Anyone who knows what I do for a living and has watched any of my movies knows one thing. I show up, I work hard, and I give everything I can. I roll up my sleeves and do what I'm capable of, and that's a lot. Everyone knows Jason Statham as the tough man who does his own stunts. But behind the camera, a different truth exists. In 2025, medical documents came out showing what his risky career truly cost him. Broken ribs, concussions, a wrist fracture that never healed. His wife Rosie recently begged him to stop doing certain stunts. Why? Because doctors told them something that scared them both. The man who survived drowning, bee stings, and endless fights now faces his biggest threat yet. And this time, he can't fight it with his fists. He was born on July 26, 1967, in Shirebrook, Derbyshire, a place that didn't give people dreams-only jobs that exhausted their bodies. Coal mines shaped the land and the lungs of the men there. Jason Statham grew up in a world built on survival. His father, Barry Statham, born in 1939, lived through Britain's hardest years. By the time Jason arrived, Barry was doing anything that earned money, painting homes, mining coal, selling on streets, even singing in bars in the Canary Islands. He didn't get choices. If it paid, he did it. Jason's mother, Eileen Yates, was a professional dancer who brought light into their rough, working-class life. Her world was small pubs and dim lounges where she sang under cheap lights while Barry fought to make money any way he could. Jason saw both worlds. He saw struggle and he saw performance. Their home wasn't broken. It was just always moving. His brother Lee played guitar. Barry sang. Jason drummed. It was their own little show, built from survival, not fame. At age 10, they left Shirebrook and moved to Great Yarmouth, a loud town full of tourists and street markets. Barry started selling goods in the open markets again. The job was fast and risky. Jason learned everything from watching him: how to read people, when to talk, when to walk away. He could have joined him full-time, but he didn't. He chose martial arts instead. At 11, Jason threw himself into training karate, kickboxing, Chinese martial arts. He practiced every day, turning pressure into discipline. Later, he learned Muay Thai, Judo, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Krav Maga. He earned a black belt in karate and mastered throws like soye nage and holds like kesa gatame. Training kept him focused and out of trouble. It made him sharp. It made him powerful. In school, he met Vinnie Jones. They weren't famous yet, just boys with grit. Jason played forward from 1978 to 1983. Football taught him timing, teamwork, and strategy. It wasn't just a sport. It was control in a life full of uncertainty. When he turned 12, he added one more thing: diving. He trained for Great Britain's national squad for 12 years, jumping from 1, 3, and 10 meters. In 1990, at 23, he competed in the Commonwealth Games in New Zealand. He placed 8th in the 1 meter, 11th in the 3 meter, and 12th in the 10 meter. In one dive, he scored just 13.86. A judge gave him 0.5. It hurt. He didn't make the Olympics, and he knew his late start was the reason. But even that failure made him stronger. During training, he still worked part-time selling fake perfume and jewelry with his father. It was not a fun side job. It was survival. Standing in the cold, hoping someone would buy what you held in your hands. When modeling came, it looked like a way out. Between 1996 and 1997, he booked campaigns for Tommy Hilfiger, Griffin, and Levis. It seemed like success, but it didn't pay much and didn't last. Then everything changed. Guy Ritchie was searching for actors for Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. He wanted someone who looked real, someone who understood street hustling, someone who didn't have to act. Jason was perfect. He got $5,000 for the role of Bacon. The movie blew up. 2 years later, he earned $15,000 for Snatch. His career started not because he learned acting, but because he had lived the life. In 1990, Jason Statham stood on a diving board in Auckland, competing for England in the Commonwealth Games. He didn't win medals, but something else rose with him: his physical presence. A scout at Crystal Palace noticed him. By 1996, companies like Tommy Hilfiger and Levi's paid him $5,000 per job to be in front of a camera instead of standing on diving platforms. The money was small in London, but it kept him going. By 1997, French Connection wanted a model who didn't look like a polished model. They wanted someone rough. Statham was perfect. Posters of him filled the city, but he was still broke. So he kept hustling. On Oxford Street, he sold fake perfume and cheap jewelry, copying the tricks he had learned from his father. Some days he made $200. It kept him fed. But trouble followed. In 1996, he gave a fake Rolex to two men who turned out to be undercover police. He stayed calm and talked his way out. That moment taught him something: never panic, control the room. That calm later became his key in auditions. Before movies, he appeared in music videos. In 1993, the Shamin filmed Cumanon and Statham danced shirtless under club lights. In 1994, he appeared in Erasure's Run to the Sun, again nearly naked in a golden cage on a beach. He wasn't an actor yet. He was just a moving body in front of a camera. But everything shifted in 1997. Guy Ritchie wanted authenticity. not acting school. He asked Statham to sell him fake goods right in the audition. Jason did it perfectly. He got the role. Bacon wasn't a character. It was who he had once been. He earned $20,000. The film was chaotic, shot in real pubs with a tiny $800,000 budget. Jason improvised lines and broke a car window with a shotgun in one scene. Producers almost cut him because of his thick accent, but Ritchie refused. When Lock, Stock came out in 1998, it made $3.9 million in the UK, and Jason's scowl became iconic. 2 years later, he returned for Snatch. This time, he was a main character Turkish, the boxing promoter navigating gang fights. The budget was $10 million. He had more scenes and more fights. He broke 2 ribs shooting in an old gym. No stuntman, no excuses. With Brad Pitt and Benicio del Toro in the cast, the energy was intense. The film earned $83.6 million worldwide, but behind the scenes, things got heated. During 1999 reshoots, Statham and Prof threatened del Toro's character. Del Toro thought it was real. They argued. Ritchie stepped in. That tension made the film feel real. Statham later admitted he went too far, but that edge was part of him. In 2002, Jason walked onto the set of The Transporter, determined to prove action stars didn't need stunt doubles. One scene in a dirty bus depot changed everything. For 15 takes, he fought attackers covered in oil. Every kick, every fall was real. His ribs were bruised so badly that he struggled to breathe, but he kept going. He trained 2 months with martial arts coaches before shooting. That training made the famous oil fight unforgettable. The driving scenes were even more dangerous. His contract banned stunt doubles for driving, so when he reversed at nearly 80 miles per hour through the narrow streets of Marseille, that was all him. No green screens, no safety tracks. One wrong move could have killed someone. The movie earned $43.5 million. His legend began. 3 years later, Transporter 2 raised the danger. He climbed a 10-story building in Miami using suction cups. Halfway up, one slipped. He fell 20 feet. His ankle sprain sent him to the hospital for a week. They finished the scene with a double, but he limped through the rest of the movie. The plane fight in the film used real G-force hydraulics. It was exhausting and frightening. Off-screen, cultural boundaries forced a kiss scene to be rewritten. Tension rose, but they pushed through. The movie made $85.1 million. In 2008, Transporter 3 brought even more danger. With a dislocated shoulder, he ran while handcuffed to a truck, smashing into real obstacles. Critics called it too violent, but fans loved it. It made $108.9 million. His shoulder took months to heal. That same year, he filmed A Bank Job, based on the 1971 Lloyd's Bank robbery. The production discovered MI5 files revealing a government cover-up involving stolen royal photos. MI5 monitored the set. Security was hired. The fear was real. The movie drew headlines. Statham wasn't acting a thief. He was telling a story the government tried to hide. In Death Race, he drove armored cars at high speed without gloves. His hands burned on the metal. A prop accident nearly caused the MPAA to ban the film. It still earned $75.8 million. Statham refused safety gear. He wanted realism. In war, he fought Jet Li with real swords. One slip cut his arm open. 12 stitches. He kept filming for 12 more hours. The scar stayed forever. In The Italian Job, he drove a Mini Cooper through LA tunnels. A rig malfunction trapped him underwater. He was pulled out seconds before drowning. He later admitted it was his closest call. In Crank, he ran through real traffic on the 110 freeway. Cars crashed. Filming stopped. Lawsuits came, but the shot stayed. When Statham joined the Expendables in 2010, he knew it would be wild. In 2013, filming the third movie in Bulgaria, the brakes failed on the truck he was driving. It shot off a pier into the Black Sea. Statham escaped through a window seconds before blackout. His diving background saved him. Stallone later said he would have died if he didn't know how to swim. Lawsuits followed. Safety rules changed. In 2011's The Mechanic, he pushed for real explosions. One went wrong and injured a stunt worker. Another almost hit him. The budget jumped because he insisted on practical effects. It made the movie real, but caused real injuries too. When the sequel came, the stunts got riskier again. And then in Fast and Furious 6, where he appeared fully as Deckard Shaw.